I would say 90% of my sponsorships have disappeared, gone overnight. I think I'm laughing just so I don't cry. Even before the pandemic, the media and public were growing increasingly critical of influencers. Now they're citing a serious case of influencer fatigue. Blac Chyna was selling Instagram follows and Instagram shout outs. Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Oh, don't I look all fancy and grown up in my in my like work shirt? I don't know where I think I'm going, but yeah, welcome back guys. I hope you guys are all doing well. So this video is a little bit different. I don't really know why, but I just thought it would be, I wouldn't say funny, but interesting to talk about how the coronavirus has impacted a lot of bloggers, vloggers, YouTubers, Instagram models, influencers. I saw an article that basically said that Instagrammers and bloggers were starving, and I just thought that was hilarious. Like not like hilarious because it's not true, but hilarious because yeah, that ish is true, fam. Like our industry has definitely been hit hard by what's been going on with corona, and I just thought I'd talk to you guys about it. But my brother was actually the one that sent me the article. Now I saw that bloggers were starving. I think I saw it on Instagram as like a joke, a meme, and then my brother sent me this article titled "Coronavirus has battered the influencer market." I'll link it in the description box. I just thought I'd talk about it because obviously I know how I've been impacted, but watching some of my favorite YouTubers, they talk as well about how they've been impacted. And y'all, it's hard. Like it's hard. I know like the influencer and blogger industry doesn't get a lot of sympathy a lot of times because it's highly perceived as being like people getting paid thousands and thousands to basically take cute pictures and do nothing. I'm not in that boat. Nobody pays me thousands and thousands, and for what I do, I work very, very hard, like creating content back to back. I work very hard, so I know there's not a lot of sympathy like for the influencers that are going through it, but shout out to you guys because it's tough. Why am I smiling so much? Like it's actually funny, it's not funny. And can I just say, like, it's not just the influencers and bloggers that are going through it. A lot of people have lost their jobs, and that's just not even a laughing matter. My sister, if you guys watch on her channel, she did her first video about losing her job to corona, and I know it's been such a like roller coaster back and forth of emotions. Then we thought she was getting her job back with furlough, but then it turns out she wasn't covered by the government scheme because of the date that she started. But a lot of you guys that have been furloughed, like y'all are lucky because that's just not an option that us self-employed people have. Most bloggers and influencers are self-employed. Not an option that we have, unfortunately. And it's not just bloggers and influencers that are obviously self-employed. I'm thinking of like the personal trainers at the gym that I used to go to. Like they are in trouble. Like maybe you can do a personal training class online, but let's be honest, that's not really flying. Like, you know, dancers, like I know there are choreographers, backup dancers, you know, self-employed freelance videographers that shoot music videos or shoot content for magazines, photographers. Like if you're in the self-employed, especially the creative industry, you're struggling right now, and it's not a laughing matter at all because it's not really a nice situation to be in when you don't know how you're going to pay your rent, how you're going to pay your bills. I know there are influencers and bloggers that earn hundreds and hundreds of thousands, some that earn millions, but for the vast majority of us that just isn't the case. Like, you know, we live like sponsorship to sponsorship, or like we secure a contract that it took us months to secure. It's on a daily basis, like, right, we're always hunting for the next one, how we're going to pay our rent next month, you know. So yeah, please have some sympathy for us, you know. It's not easy, not all the big guys. And the big guys, you know, I don't think they'll be too widely impacted by this. There is still work out there, guys. Let me not say there's no work. There is still work, but I would say 90% of my sponsorships have disappeared, gone overnight. I don't get, like, I used to get lots of emails in my inbox, you know, brands that want to work with you, create content with you. 90% of that has just disappeared, and mine started in December when like the coronavirus actually hit, because I do a lot of sponsorships for hair companies in China. And obviously that's where corona actually started. So for me it's been like 4 months of like, damn. Like, damn. Do not know why I'm laughing. I think I'm laughing just so I don't cry. Like, it's 4 months of like, imagine someone took away like 70-80%, okay, maybe a bit dramatic, maybe 70% of your income overnight, and for months and months and months. And then there's this government scheme in the UK that's meant to help self-employed people, but like, I don't qualify. I don't believe I qualify. Like, January was the first year that I paid my taxes as a self-employed person. I've only been self-employed for a year. They need you to have 3 years of self-employment, and it just sucks because I'm like, I've been paying my taxes, you know, when I was working full-time. You'll have my money, you'll have my NI contributions, you know, since I've been vlogging like full-time. I paid my taxes this year as well, and yet the government is still like, we can't help you out, like, you're in this on your own. Yeah, it definitely sucks. Like, I think I'm one of the lucky ones that I do have multiple streams of income, thank you Jesus, you know. And I would say I don't really have sponsorships coming up. I have one with a brand that like I absolutely love because they believe in me. It's like a bra company that I work with a lot of time. I love their product, Up Bra. I think that's the only sponsorship I've got lined up for like my future. After that, we ain't eating. You know, so that's great that at least I have something. But also I have my rental income, which is great. I've been able to get some relief from my banks. I've got mortgage relief. I hope you guys that are out there, you know. And again, it's tough because a lot of these influencers and bloggers, you know, they might not own their own property, so it's like rents, you know, you have no income coming in, but your bills are still due. You've still got to pay your rent. And if you live with the landlord, it's going to be very awkward for you to say, no, I'm not paying this month, or I'm not paying. Like, I hope that there are understanding people, you know. When it comes to self-employed, we just haven't had the support that a lot of other, you know, groups of the government or groups of like the public have had. We just really haven't had that. But yeah, I have my rental income. I also have income from YouTube directly. So for every videos, if you guys watch the adverts, I have income from that as well. So that's good. It's not just all my sponsorships, but of course for most bloggers, the sponsored content you do is the majority of your work, and that unfortunately has died down massively for almost everybody. There's no influencer, I think, that is thriving due to Corona. Like, we've all taken like a hit. Some of us significantly, some are still like, I don't know, managing to still secure deals, I guess, if they're bigger. I think as well, like, it can be really hard because if you think you're an influencer and a lot of your job is creating content, a lot of people might have to create their content outdoors. Luckily, I'm not in that boat. Like, I can vlog a lot as well, and you guys have really responded well to me creating content about being stuck indoors, which has been great. But imagine if like you're like a vlogger that like goes out to all your favorite bars and restaurants, and that's what your channel's about, and that's what your Instagram's about. Like, girl, how are you eating right now? Somebody tell me. Like, it's really tough out there. I saw an interview on CNN, I think it was, or BBC News, about a dancer, and she was saying like, even before the lockdown happened, obviously when the scare of Corona, nobody wants to be like getting people in to like teach you how to dance, or like her income had already been impacted before the lockdown, and now in lockdown, like, it'd been impacted significantly. She was trying to do like online dance classes, get a little bit of income, but you know, it's been tough out there. So yeah, let me read a little bit from this article anyway. I don't even know what this video is about. It's, I guess, maybe to shed a little bit of light, not for sympathy. I'm not asking for sympathy, I'm not asking for donations, I'm not asking for any of that. I just thought it'd be a really interesting topic to discuss. So in the article it says, both brands and influencers are at high risk of looking crass in the current climate. And that's actually very true. You don't want to be insensitive to what's going on in the world. So as I said, I've only got one sponsorship in my future, and as much as I would really like the money from that sponsorship, I did have to email the brand a few days ago and just be like, not a few days ago, a few weeks ago, I emailed them and I was like, I'm really sorry, but I just don't think now is the right time for me to be talking about your new swimwear range when people are locked up, they won't let us out, nobody's really booking holidays, nobody's thinking about that right now. You know, like, I'm gonna have to defer it and delay it, and that was a few weeks ago, and obviously I'd like to get the money, but you know, I am trying to be sensitive to what's going on around the world. It's not always money, 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 and of course there are people that are being that sensitive, and they're getting a lot of backlash at the moment, which I think is fair enough. You know, people are dying, people are risking their lives on the front lines. You have to have consideration to that when you're posting content. I know you might be contractually obliged to, but still, you still have to have consideration. I think that's so important. It says in the article, even before the pandemic, the media and public were growing increasingly critical of influencers. Now they're citing a serious case of influencer fatigue. Like I told you, I don't know, like I do know what it is. Like there is that perception that loads of influencers earn hundreds of thousands, it's easy money, they don't have to work for it, they're living this glamorous lifestyle, you know. And I think like people get, I'm a bit like beg, and like especially the ones that all they do is sell you stuff, like that one irritates me. Like I'm down with a sponsored post, like I'm down with that, I'll watch your adverts, like I'm here to support, everybody's got to make money. But the ones that like every single video, every single post is just promoting products, I'm like, is that all you do? And you guys see the Blac Chyna thing where Blac Chyna was selling Instagram follows and Instagram shout outs and like video chats for thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, and then there was some packages she tiered it thousands of dollars. I was like, rah, has work really dried out? I guess like if you're like a club promoter, you know, that's a lot of the work that she does when she goes to clubs and she promotes nights. That's dead now. Also I guess sponsorships massively on Instagram are dead at the moment, to be honest. So I guess, yeah, even the Blac Chynas of the world are struggling right now. Thank you, Jesus, that it has not come to that. It has not come to that. So yeah, let's read more of this article. This influencer named Louisa it says the article says she'd had enough work lined up for March and April, but like every other blogger and influencer in the industry is now contending with how to make money when the UK is on lockdown and brands are terrified of spending money. Influencers are self-employed, which makes their work precarious. As a new study from various UK universities revealed, 75% of self-employed people were already earning less than they did the week before lockdown, compared to 26% of permanent staff. By the end of March, almost 1 million universal credit claims had been made. So I just go back to the point that I made earlier, that like the self-employed have really been impacted, not just influencers, just anyone generally who's self-employed. Most people have really been impacted by this. You know, there's always that like, I know everybody wants to be the boss and have your own business and be an entrepreneur and all that jazz, but there is that layer of security that you lose out on, you know. It's really been highlighted to me in this crisis that actually sometimes you really are on your own. When you go out and you start your own business, you really are out there on your own. So yeah, it's been interesting, it's been tough, but I mean, would I do any of it differently? No, I love my job, I love what I do. I'm happy that I'm enjoying making content again. I'm happy that I'm inspired again. But I will just say, like, if you're seeing your favorite influencers getting work at the moment, like I'm seeing some of my favorite influencers, you know, they're getting sponsorship. Some of the micro ones really are the ones that I think I'm probably going to focus on supporting more right now, because I know they're the ones that are harder hit. Like they're the ones that are worried about how they're paying their bills, their mortgage, their rent. The bigger guys probably earn enough with one post to weather the storm. So if you see some of those of your favorite bloggers, they have sponsorships, please feel free to engage. Please feel free to like, comment, share, support them in any way you can, watch some of their adverts, because it's not easy right now. And I think this article was talking about whether or not the influencer industry will survive, you know, this drama. I think we definitely will survive it. Pray to Jesus, like I'm pretty sure we will survive it. But I would hate to see like a lot of people feel like, because of the lack of security, because of the precariousness, you know, this isn't a viable, you know, career path anymore. This isn't a job. Like I know people think it's not a career, and I get that. Like I get it. Like people are living their life, or people are taking photos, and you know, it's work or whatever. But you know, a lot goes into it. I can spend days where, you know, I'll film a video, the same video 5 times. One will have no sound, one the lighting will be bad, one the SD card will write over, one I never even pressed record in the first place, one eyelash is you know, it can really be tough. It'd be taking like 2 hours to get your hair and makeup done, and even after that you're tired, you don't even want to film anymore. And I talk about the editing, the hours that go into editing, hours are going to taking cute pictures. I know cute pictures isn't that great, but like it can be a lot of work, you know, the time spent thinking about what you're gonna create content about, you know. It's a lot. But anyway guys, I hope you guys found this video a little bit interesting, a little bit of insight into what it's been like for us. I know I saw on Lydia's channel that she was saying that a lot of her sponsorships were getting like postponed, and luckily she had enough to, like, I think she said, get her through a few months. But it is a reality for a lot of us right now that money is scarce. Money is scarce right now, and a lot of people are going through it. I think I'll be fine for at least another month and a bit. But anyway, me, I'm adaptable. Like, yeah, your girl will go out and get a job. Like, I've got a job that I start on the 4th, part-time. I work as and when I need to, but I've got a job that I'll go out and start on the 4th, you know. So your girl will have money coming in. It's essential work. Your girl will have money coming in. Praise Jehovah. Anyway, I'm relaunching, you know, my Looking Good Feeling Good shirts. That's coming soon. I've just ordered them. I just ordered samples, so I'm so excited to see that because I've got some really sick and cool designs. I think you might be able to see them at the bottom of this video, but it's still being tweaked, still being worked on. But yeah, feel free to purchase a Looking Good Feeling Good t-shirt. But I've got lots of stuff that I'm working on. I'm working on my own website as well, so lots to keep me busy. And yeah, I think I'll be fine. Like, I think I'll be fine, you know. I've got a good support system around me, and you know, yeah, it is what it is. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I don't know if I really had a purpose other than just to talk about what is going on and maybe shed a bit of light and just ask for a little bit of understanding. I know influencers get a bad rep a lot of the times, but if you think about how uncertain things are for you at the moment, maybe with your job, maybe you've been furloughed, but you're not sure if when you come back the company's still going to be in business, if they're going to survive, and you're really worried about, you know, your future. Trust me, a lot of us are worried too. So support when you can. I mean, we just do. We are looking good. We are feeling good. Hey, I'll catch you in the next one.